Hello everyone, I'm Jeremias and welcome to our very first video. Here in Around the Ball, we will discuss everything involving football. Transfers, results, and the history of our beloved sport. For today's video, we have a very special theme. We're going to speak about something that goes against the most basic foundations of football. We are speaking about sporting merit, when you can earn your chances to play against the elite team. But not everyone thinks that this should happen so often. Today we're going to speak about the idea that went against sporting merit. We're going to speak about the organization that went against FIFA and UEFA to control football in Europe. Today's theme, the European Superleague. Imagine that you are a young Norwegian boy who is a fan of football. You grew up watching all the major European leagues as well as your own, and the biggest European competition, of course, the UEFA Champions League. Suddenly, when you get in your teen years, there is a local team that managed to qualify to the UEFA Champions League. This is amazing. All those players that you have always wanted to meet, always wanted to watch them up close, they are coming to your city. Or even better, you are the one playing against them in that team that qualified to the Champions League. Exciting, right? Who doesn't have even a tiny ounce of faith that beating them might be possible? Fans and players alike. And all of this thanks to what? Sport merit. The feature that is exciting about football and can bring the lowest ranking teams to face and even beat, in some cases, those elite teams. If you get through the qualification process, you earn your right to play. This is one of the most important and core foundations for the passion of football. You earn your chances. But what if this was all suddenly taken away? There are no more qualification process, there is no more round robin, there is no more merit. The competition is only suited for the elite, as a fan or as a player. Does it sound bad to you? Or do you agree that the top elite football teams and players should play their own competition if they want to? The European Superleague was a proposed seasonal football club competition consisting of 20 European teams playing against each other, being 12 of them the founding members of this competition. The announcement of the European Superleague in April 2021 received a wild opposition from fans, players, politicians, and other clubs, even in England, the most represented country in this project. This project also received a lot of criticism from UEFA and FIFA. The main reasons that a lot of governments and organizations attacked this project was the elitism and the lack of competitivity. The 12 founding members will always play in the competition, despite how well or bad they performed in the previous season. After all the heat that the club received just hours after announcing this project, 9 of the founding members, including all 6 of the English representatives, announced their intention to withdraw from the project. The remaining trio, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Juventus, then proposed to reshape the competition, but with no use. Just 3 days after the announcement, the European Super League was dismantled. Proposals for the creation of a new Super League competition for European clubs started in 1968 by then UEFA General Secretary Hans Bergder to replace the European Competition Cup and the Cup Winners' Cup, and form the European Football League Championship, a unique club competition combining group and knockout matches, a novelty at the time. The idea for a unique pan-European club competition gained force in the 1970s and drew legal traction in the late of the following decade. In 1987, Milan, Real Madrid, and Glasgow Rangers executives played a league competition with a single round-robin format dubbed a Super League by the European mass media. Since the proposed format of the tournament was the same as that used in the league championships, contrasted with the format of the European competition based on knockout phases since the mid-1950s, it would be more attractive for the international television broadcasters and would allow the teams to earn more income. It will run parallel to the then 3 European competitions since the 1991-1992 season, But the project was abandoned in 1991 after UEFA announced sporting sanctions sine die for the involved clubs, reformed the European Championships Club, introducing a group stage in the season, increasing the overall number of matches, and rebranding it as the Champions League in 1992 for commercial and media purposes. The following year, then UEFA President Lennart Johansson proposed unsuccessfully to merge the Champions League, the Cup Winners' Cup, and the UEFA Cup into a unique championship with the better team in the continent will be involved in. 3 years later, clubs such as Ajax, Barcelona, Bayern, and Manchester United, to rival the Champions League, secretly planned a Super League with 36 prominent clubs split into 3 groups and a playoff stage for the title at the end of the season, and a second competition for another 96 teams called Pro Cup to replace the Cup Winners' Cup and the UEFA Cup. In 1998, the concept was pushed forward by media partners. However, the plan ultimately never progressed past the planning stage after UEFA moved to expand the UEFA Champions League. Various other proposals were brought forward and also failed to achieve popular approval. Among these, one included a long-standing ambition by the Premier League to host an overseas 39th game, so as to capitalize on lucrative markets overseas. In 2009, Florentino Perez, president of Real Madrid, commenced the plans for a new European Superleague competition. The Champions League was, according to him, too obsolete and it was problematic for the quality of the sport. The UEFA Champions League was preventing clubs from developing their business and increasing their infrastructure. In 2018, Perez began discussion with other European clubs, especially from Spain, Italy, and England, about a breakaway competition that will provide strong financial backup for all the members involved. The clubs who participate in the discussion, conducted in secret, were primarily focused on exploring options for the league, unless UEFA produced new reforms for the Champions League that would be considered as acceptable for them as well. The new competition eventually drew interest from an American investment banking giant, JP Morgan Chase, which pledged $5 billion toward its creation. On April 18, 2021, on the eve of a meeting by the UEFA Executive Committee, which was aiming to renew and expand the UEFA Champions League by the 2024-25 season in order to increase the number of matches and revenues, following pressure from the elite European clubs, Florentino Perez announced the formation of the Super League, also referred to as the European Super League, via a press release by the 12 clubs who had signed to be involved. Those 12 clubs were Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea and Tottenham from England, Inter, Milan and Juventus from Italy, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona and Real Madrid from Spain. The proposed competition was to feature 20 clubs who will partake in matches against each other. 15 of these will be atemporal members, dubbed founding clubs, who will govern the competition's operation, while 5 places will be given to clubs through a qualification mechanism focused on the teams who perform best in their country's most recent domestic season. Every year, the 20 teams will be separated in 2 groups of 10, playing home and away matches in a double-robin system, granting 18 group matches per team. The fixture is to be set midweek to avoid disrupting the club's participation in their domestic leagues. When the group stages are over, top 3 teams from each group will qualify for the quarterfinals. Places number 4 and 5 will play in a 2-leg playoff to decide the remaining 2 last quarterfinalists. On October 15, 2021, the European Superleague company, led by Real Madrid, Football Club Barcelona and Juventus, proposed an open league with 2 divisions for 20 European teams. This was an intention to compete against the UEFA Champions League and the UEFA Europa League. Participating clubs will have access to uncapped solidarity payments, which will increase in line with league revenues and be higher than those of existing European competitions. As the official press release stated, this will be in excess of 10 billion during the course of the initial commitment period of the clubs, and founding clubs will receive 3.5 billion to support infrastructure investment plans and to offset the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. In addition, the founding clubs will share 32.5% of commercial revenues, with a further 32.5% being distributed between all the 20 participating teams, including the founding members. 20% of revenues could be allocated based on merit based on performance in the Super League, and 15% could be shared based on broadcast audience size. Clubs will also be allowed to retain all revenues from gate receipts and club sponsorship deals. This European Super League competition received a lot of heat from UEFA, from FIFA, from the clubs, and from the fans, even from those from the clubs that were leading this project. But that's not the end of the European Super League. The project might experience a new episode in 2022. After its creation in 2021 was short-lived due to the disbandment that was generated only hours after its official announcement due to the rejection of part of the fans, Real Madrid, Barcelona and Juventus will return to the fray. These three clubs have been discussing the viability and the legal possibility of going forward with this competition without going against UEFA and the other people that doesn't want this competition to occur. The main novelties will be: there will be no permanent members in the European Super League. All teams that qualify to play in this competition will do so on the basis of their own league results. The tournament will have 20 clubs where all European leagues will have the opportunity to win a place through qualification phase. There will be a second division with the same number of entities, and the number of matches will be reduced compared to the first idea. The latest turn that the European Super League competition took make it seem pretty similar to the UEFA Champions League and to the Europa League. With this led us to believe that all of this was made not in spite of the sport, but, big surprise, made for the money. Okay guys, we have reached the end of today's video. I would love to know what do you think about the European Super League, so leave me a piece of your mind down in the comments. If you like the video, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for all the information about football, transfer goals and much more. Everything here, around the ball. See you guys next time.